Hello, my name is Minzy. This is very much a funeral tie, and it's a classic case of let's talk about the morning after the night before. Chelsea are out of the Carabao Cup after a 1-0 defeat to Arsenal with a final aggregate score of Arsenal 4, Chelsea 2, and just rub salt into the tiny little wounds that all Chelsea fans, I'm sure, are currently feeling. You had to be that fucking vermin snakes. Kai Havertz that had to put the final nail in the coffin, you absolute sneaky little prick. Anywho, I'm in Dubai, just needed to get away and obviously avoid Arsenal fans from jamming up my phone. Leave me the fuck alone, you pricks. Just fuck off and leave me alone. Look, they're there. All the damage was done in the first leg, really. It is what it is. They done the business at Stamford Bridge and they didn't really need to do anything at the Emirates. Like I said, if this was probably maybe 10, 20 years ago, I'm sure Chelsea would have attacked them. But under this current ownership of Clear Lake and Blue Co. or Clear Blue pregnancy testing company, because they always fuck us one way or the other, don't they? I don't know how the squad is decided, because there's somewhat I'm a bit perplexed by the players that were in the starting 11. Why on earth are we resting Reece James for? It's a Carabao Cup semi-fucking-final. Just fucking play him. Like, the next game is Wolves away. Like, no one gives a shit about Wolverhampton fucking away. It doesn't matter. What mattered now was this game. This game is what we needed Reece James for. We needed him to unlock his potential in this game. We know what potential he has. He doesn't need to unlock any potential. You just needed to play him, for fuck's sake. And you rested him. I don't even understand how any of these sort of situations work. Palmer, he's just looking so off of it. I'm sure that groin injury is just killing him. To be honest, I don't know why he didn't go for. Look, I'm no expert in, like I said, I'm no expert in medical science, sports science at all. Surely it would have been easier for Palmer to have his groin injury repaired under surgical procedures. No, I don't know. I don't know, but he's just not the same. He's not moving the way he wants to move. He looks very uncomfortable. And when you need a creative spark and Palmer's not firing, why is Estevao on the bench? Was Estevao even ready for this game? I don't even know. He wasn't playing for the game against West Ham. He left for personal reasons and flew back to Brazil. You know, was he right for this game? Should he have been on the bench? Should he have been given a little bit more time off so that we can have him for Wolverhampton? I don't know. But okay. Major emergency alert there. I wonder what's going on there. But yeah, was he even ready? Was he right for this game? I don't know. Ultimately, it was a game that Arsenal didn't really have to do anything special, really. They could dictate the pace, they could dictate anything, and in the end, they dicked Chelsea. First half, cagey. Second half, also cagey. To a certain extent, I understand why. It's obvious, because it's not the Chelsea of 20 years ago where you can go and attack them. But we had to play it safe. You could have drawn criticism had they gone 1-0 down earlier or in the second half. But we had to keep it tight, make it 0-0, and then hopefully just go for it in the last 10 minutes. And to an extent, that plan nearly worked. We kept them 0-0 for 80 minutes. We did make it uneasy for them. I don't rate this Arsenal team. I know it sounds like a hater comment, but it's not Man United's Ferdinand and Vidic under Sir Alex Ferguson and Chelsea Terry Carvalho under various fucking managers. You know what I mean? I still see Arsenal as vulnerable. Obviously, they're way better than Chelsea right now. So, fine. If it sounds like a hater comment, it probably is a hater comment. But come on, man. No belief. There was no general belief from this Chelsea team. I just didn't see it. I didn't see it at all, and because of that, that's why we're out. If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't take the game to the opposition, this is what happens. But like I said, in terms of certain circumstances, as much as it pains me to say Arsenal are a better team than Chelsea, you have to give them the respect that they deserve based upon current findings, and current findings dictate that we are shit. So we had to keep it 0-0 as best as we could and then go for it. And even then, when we tried to go for it, we weren't putting the crosses in. We had players in the box, so we didn't know when to cross it, and it is a painful way to go out. It's just painful. It's just like we just withered and died. Just came in with no guns blazing. It's just painful. Painful. First half. Very few highlights to say. From a corner after a little bobble here or there, comes back out to Madueke on the right. He plays in Eze. He cuts the ball back to Nkape, who's outside the box, and Sanchez saves. Falls at Gabriel's feet on the rebound. Luckily, he can't adjust his feet, and it goes wide. And then long balls that we weren't dealing with in every long ball that Arsenal played, we were very uncomfortable. One incident where the ball was played over the top, Gusto misreads it. Martinelli, I thought he was in. He gets his shot away, and Gusto makes a good recovery challenge to make it 0-0. We had one shot on target in the first. I think it was one shot on target the whole game. This was our only shot on target. Cucurella on the left feeds it to Enzo Fernandez. He shoots from range and Kepa saves it. I don't even know why Kepa had to make that save. He could have just stood there and caught the fucking ball. He just dived for the cameras to his left. He didn't even go to his left. He was straight at him. He just dived to his left for no reason. Anywho, 0-0, and then again, second half, cagey. With a corner on the left, Enzo whips it in, it ricochets, and it hits Delap, it goes wide. I thought it was in. Sadly, it wasn't. And then I'm seeing the replays of Saliba wrestling Pedro. Like, is it not going for a review? I don't know. Can you wrestle like that in the box? If it was the other way around, would Arsenal got on a penalty instead? I don't know. You tell me. I thought you can't wrestle players like that. Obviously you can, if you're Arsenal, I guess. And then a corner from the right. It bounces all over the place. It comes to Cucurella outside of the box. He tries to place it into the top left-hand corner, but it goes over the bar again. And then Arsenal, I thought they went 1-0 up here with Trossard. He has the ball on the left. He puts a cross in. It's blocked by Gusto. Ball comes out. Esteval tries to win it, but loses out to Declan Rice. He passes it on to Zubamendi on the left. He puts in a looping cross at the back stick, and I thought Gabriel, free header, it should be 1-0 and game over. Instead, Cucurella blocks it with his noggin. Right place, right time, fantastic positioning from Cucurella. And then what else happened? Palmer, he passes to Esteval, and then he tries to make a little run down the middle. He gets fouled. It's a free kick, quite close to goal. Palmer, he shoots, he hits the wall. Was it a penalty? Was it not? Don't know. Chalobah then goes for a long range shot. Was that a handball? Goes out for a corner. None of those were handball. One was off the shoulder, and one was too close to call. Well, I mean, not too close to call, as in the shot was too close to the Arsenal player. Where's he going to put his hand? Both of them are not a penalty. They don't need a VAR check. On we go. And from that resultant corner, we had our best chance. It was the only chance that I could say was the one that was we needed to convert. Enzo corner on the left. Fofana at the near post. He's running sideways away from goal. And the ball is like zipped into him at that near post. He tries to flick it in, but he flicked it wide. Unmarked. I'm not expecting Fofana to be doing techers like that, but it was the chance. We needed to have converted that. Caicedo to Cucurella, then Garnacho on the left. We're trying to counter at this point, and then Enzo passes into Palmer, and then Palmer threads the ball into Enzo and Fernandes. He tries to cut in from the left and shoot with his right, and he goes hopefully, woefully over the bar. A couple of those instances where Enzo Fernandes shots from outside the box and he goes over the bar, and he's better than that. He's better than that, but throughout the game, like I said, Chelsea didn't have belief. Arsenal allowed us to have the ball in the second half. They allowed us, but they didn't really have to break a sweat because we didn't have the we don't have the capacity to function as a team that can go on and beat at Arsenal. We don't. Cucurella. And this was the final nail in the coffin. Long ball, tries to switch it out to the right. Mbappe wins the header. It breaks to Rice. We've all overloaded Arsenal side. It's now a free-for-all. Rice can run it down the left side. Beats the only man that was blocking his path between him and Kai Havertz. Perfect ball across. Kai Havertz has the ball, dances around Sanchez, puts it into the back of the net, points to the Arsenal badge, and puts rubber salt on us Chelsea fans. Listen, Havertz, whatever, he can do whatever he wants. He said what he said. He's done what he done for Chelsea, where he farted and fumbled around Ederson. Went past the keeper, put it into an empty net. He won us the Champions League, but I'll still remember Havertz as the guy that will waste about 500 chances and put them into row Z. I still remember Havertz for doing that. He had more chance. He gave me more disappointment than more things to shout about. But hey, thanks for the Champions League. You go off and kiss the Arsenal badge. Fuck you, Brev. Fuck Arsenal. Hopefully Man City beat Newcastle and I'll support them. I'm a salty prick tonight. Oh well. Don't deserve it. We're out. We're out of the Carabao Cup. Miserable way to lose. But when the chips are down and you have to face facts, you have to face reality, you have to face the harsh truth. Chelsea did not deserve to go through, and that is the end of that. Sorry for all of these late uploads. It's just been chaotic. Night shifts, they've just drained me. Nothing wrong with the actual work, it's just obviously very tiring, but it is what it is. We gotta move on, and I love life, just not this fucking result, unfortunately. Oh well. Out of one competition, there's still 2 left to play for, 2.5 if you want to count the Premier League. We're not in the Premier League title race, so fuck it, it's just 2 competitions left. Let's see what we can do. Until then, Wolverhampton away. Who gives a fucking shit? See ya, I'm out.